Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. Merry Stupid O'Clock. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going to that horrible world known as the JRC. But first, a rant and the usual disclaimers. So I tried to do, anyways, the impossible task of trying to have a civil conversation with an AH supporter yesterday. She ended up gaslighting me 6 ways from Sunday, so I did ultimately end up blocking her because having a civil conversation with them is impossible. That being said, that AH stand did bring something to my attention that I did want to address. I don't care if they are the most gaslighting pieces of shit on the planet. You do not use ableist slurs. Okay? We do not use words like retard, nor do we shame others, especially someone who's fighting cancer, AH supporter or not, and basically call them scammers and all kinds of shit. Not unless you have the receipts to back it up. I do not tolerate ableism, not from either community. Now, granted, they are known to be gaslighters. They are known to throw common sense out the goddamn window and not live in reality. I understand this, and I understand how frustrating that can be. But what you're not going to do is act like them. There are other people on our side fighting every day for Johnny, all right? They are people with disabilities. They see your posts. A dig at one of us is a dig at all of us. Even if that particular individual is acting like a real piece of shit that particular day, that doesn't excuse us using those slurs that are used to malign us, demonize us, and vilify us every fucking day. Okay? That being said, calling AH a psycho, I don't consider ableist. I'm going to tell you why. If that's what you're acting like, that's what I'm going to call you. If you act like the town bicycle, that literally damn near everybody's had a ride, I'm going to call it what it is. And I'm sorry, AH stands, but as far as her calling her Amber Turd, that's not an ableist slur. Sorry to tell you. She was the one who took a shit on the bed. It is not our fault that she basically lined herself up for that nickname. Got it? I call things as they see them. As I see them. If you act like a complete freaking psychopath with no conscience and no feelings, I'm going to call you out for it just the fucking same as I will call somebody out for calling somebody the R word. Alright. Now to the usual disclaimers. Up in the description box, you are going to see the link to the article that the JRC does not want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, where they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals from all over the world in regards to the quote-unquote treatment program at the JRC. In fact, the Judge Rotenberg Center doesn't want you to read this article so damn much, they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit. So, share on all your social media, you know what to do, right? You're also going to see their public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat. And down at the bottom of the description box, you're also going to find their GoFundMe. If you can give, please do. We are crowdfunding in case the JRC has the balls to see through their threat. You're also going to see links in regards to a little school out here in my neck of the world called Agape Boarding School, where we also, like the JRC, have video footage of the at least some of the abuse that has gone on in that school unchecked for years. So please look into those links. We're going to be doing videos on that school on the weekends because I gotta sleep sometimes, folks. You're also going to find the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Folks, when we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, all right? Also, it's 3:49 a.m., I am exhausted, folks. I am not awake, so if I stumble over my words, my apologies in advance, and I want to address the fucking turd stains one more time. I'm going to call you what I see it. You will not gaslight me, intimidate me, or sit there and try to paint labels on me that I have in no way earned. Nor will I allow you to use ableist fucking slurs against me. You can't go and fucking cry about ableism and then use it as a weapon against me. There's a word for that. It's called hypocrite. And as like I don't tolerate ableist slurs used against anyone, I do not tolerate hypocrites in my timeline. Go fuck yourselves. Okay, to where we left off yesterday. JRC's current food service program promotes a diet that is largely based on whole food, plant foods and actively restricts meat and dairy products. We've seen this complaint brought up more than once and a lot more than just in NYSED. It's also brought up in many DESE reports as well. The fact of the matter is, regardless of what Matthew Israel thinks is moral, a regular food program includes meat. It is a source of protein. If you have vegetarian students in which to cater to that, that is perfectly fine. But it is part of the school lunch program, which means you are failing the school lunch program if you do not provide it as an option to your students. I don't care if you sit there and dictate and say, but we got this equivalent. No. All right? No. Moving on. JRC has modified its regular student menus for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in order to provide all JRC students with healthier meals. This is consistent with national trend to improve children's health by giving them healthier food to eat and eliminating much of the unhealthy food that was typically part of the school meal program. So meat is unhealthy. What planet do you live on, JRC? Because it's sure as hell not Earth. How healthy or unhealthy a meat-based meal is all on how it is prepared. Are you getting quality meat to prepare for the students? What are you using to prepare it when you are actually doing so? I am someone who adheres to a particularly strict, extremely protein-rich diet due to how I constantly exercise all the time. I have extremely restricted my carbs to only healthy carbs, such as brown rice, for example. However, meat is still included as a source of protein. Kids need protein. One of the easiest sources to get it from is meat, a meat byproduct. Okay? Really. Most of JRC's menu is based on plans and is carefully overseen by JRC's nutritionists and well prepared by JRC's cooking staff. You're not listening, are you? We'll do whatever we want. And you know, if we just hit those calorie numbers, then it should be perfectly fine. That's what that says. That's what it says, folks. I don't care, JRC, if you use fucking powder in order to get the protein levels up. Great, grand, wonderful. I do it myself, but I still have meat as an extra source of protein. Plant-sourced only is one of the fucking unhealthiest types of diets on the goddamn planet. Sorry, vegans, it's just a fact. I am sorry. For a full, well-rounded diet, you need something other than plant-based foods. Because if that doesn't happen, guess what? And I can speak from experience on this. You drop weight dramatically and way too quickly. If you drop weight too fast, you can end up in a damn hospital. Seriously? The JRC have the best tasting and most healthy food of any residential school, and students' health has greatly benefited. Really? Because that sounds like an opinion, not a fact, JRC. We're arguing facts, not fantasy. The menu, however, is not exclusively plant and food-based. Cow's milk is available at every meal. On 4 meals each week, the students may choose a meat entree, and a 5th they can order out any food they wish, providing they have passed their contracts. They have to earn meat, folks. They have to earn the right to be able to eat meat, something that no neurotypical child is forced to do. Milk is not the same as meat. It's a byproduct, yes. Is it helpful? Abso-fucking-lutely. But it is not a substitute for actual meat. And to sit there and say that, well, they can earn their right to bacon and steak and chicken? Nah, Karen. Nah. That is fucked up beyond all reason. You're already making them have to earn every single bite of food. And now you're going to have to make them go even further above and beyond into catatonia in order to have the right to eat meat? You're fucking disgusting, JRC. The makeup meal provided as part of the contingent food program is composed of chicken, mashed potatoes, and spinach, which you forget to add also covered in liver powder. It is made to be unappetizing. And coming with someone who has issues with food due to sensory, I would fucking starve before eating it. All those textures just sound goddamn wrong. You add liver powder on top of it, my sensory issues and my gut issues, I might end up throwing that up, therefore negating any of the nutritional value that you say you have at your school. Any autistic is going to have sensory and food issues at least to some level. We're not going to eat that. And you know we're not going to eat that. So you'll let us starve and say, well, we provided them with something, but they refused, so sorry? Nah, Karen. Nah, and you fucking know better. You've been in this business, what, over 3 fucking decades? You know at this point, autistics, especially those of us with sensory issues in regards to food, is not going to eat that shit. But you'll provide it, though, so you can dot your I's and cross your T's and say, well, they just refused, so we shocked them for refusing to eat. I'll eat it, and then I'll puke it up in your fucking lap. Deal with that. Oh, I'm sure I'd get punished for that, too, for, giving in to a natural reaction to my sensory food issues. And on that gross and sick note, I'm going to close out this morning We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.